What's up, guys? Joe Holland here. I got something really cool for you. I get asked all the time from the kids out there and the younger guys who want to be a pro, hey, what could I do? How'd you get there? What's the best way to become a pro? A bunch of questions like that. And I figured there's no better way to do it than ask 40 other pros one question. If you could give one piece of advice to a kid right now who wants to be a pro, you know, a young kid, boy or girl, or even somebody that's older that's thinking about becoming a pro that just got into fishing, give them one piece of advice that you wish you had when you were younger. So here we go, guys. This is it right here.
I definitely recommend that to anyone that's really got a desire and a passion in their heart to become a professional bass fisherman. Probably 10 years ago, maybe as little as 5 years ago, I would have said that probably not the right thing to do. But you know, now there's a lot of guys out here in this game that's making six-figure incomes, a handful that's making seven-figure incomes. So it's a great game to aspire to play. The sponsorships are better than ever. The one thing that I'd really recommend is to fish with as many different people as you can in as many different lakes as you possibly can. And it gets a well-rounded aspect of the game. Study as much as you possibly can. Catch every fishing show you can on television, read every book, make sure you subscribe to every magazine like the FLW magazine, Bassin magazine, the BASS magazine, and try to, you know, get as much knowledge about the game as you possibly can. The other thing that I recommend to anybody is get a college degree. You know, I graduated from college a long time ago, but I wouldn't give anything for my college degree. And without a doubt, it's helped me throughout my career because tournament fishing is a lot about business. It's a lot about marketing, it's a lot about business, it's a lot about public relations, public speaking, all of the things that you can work on in college. And if you do not become a professional bass fishing, if you've got that kind of skills, public speaking skills, marketing skills, business skills, you're going to be able to make a good living and then fish every weekend.
What you need to do to become a professional bass fishing, what is the one main ingredient? Work ethic. Learn how to work. Learn how to get up early, learn how to stay up late, learn how to work. If you can't work and don't know how to work, you will not make it in professional bass fishing, or pretty much anything that you're wanting to be a professional at. Work ethic, work.
If there's one piece of advice I could give you that would last your career on being a professional fisherman, it's just like in the Bible, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And that goes for anything. Don't pull 100 yards in front of somebody and go fishing the same way. Respect other people like you'd want them to respect you. And I think that will go a long ways in your career and throughout life, period.
Fish, fish, fish all the time. Fish in a pond, fish in a mud hole, fish in a lake. Fish with different people. You have to fish all the time. There's no secret to it. You got to spend time on the water, watch YouTube videos, think about fishing, sleep fishing, eat fish. You got to fish all the time. More time on the water, you're going to be a better fisherman.
Number one, get you a degree. Go to college, get you a marketing degree. A big part of what we do is market product. And then it gives you something to fall back on. A lot of people won't make it in the fishing industry. It gives you that degree to fall back on. And my fishing advice for you is probably spend as much time on the water as you can. There's no substitute for experience in fishing. So get a degree, get a bunch of experience.
The best way to make it on the trail is become a versatile angler. The way you can do that is fish a lot of different lakes. Now it's fun to go in your home lake and just catch them every single day, but you kind of get in a rut fishing the same way. So if you have one lake that you fish all the time, then try different baits, different sections. You can still try your favorite spots, but mix it up. If you're good at crankbaits, learn how to fish a jig, learn how to do the drop shot, other things. Best thing you can do though is try a new lake. You go in open-minded, you have to find them. The good pros, they can go to a new lake and find them quickly. When their bite stops, they're able to move around the lake and find them again. So force yourself to find fish, become versatile, it's going to make you a better angler. Good luck out there.
Hey guys, it's Peter T. 30 years fishing as a pro. If your first time thinking about doing this for a living, you know, the best piece of advice I can tell you, if you want to make $1 million bass fishing, start with 2. You'll get there, trust me. It's a lot harder than what it seems. It's fun, it's rewarding, you can have a blast doing it, but don't count on it for making a living if you haven't got it to start with. It's a tough life to live.
So first, you need to marry someone rich. And then you also need to get used to eating chicken tenders and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And then you'll be good to go.
I hope to God you have some rich parents, because it seems to be that's about the only way you can start nowadays in this sport, which is very unfortunate. But if you don't have that, you're going to have a lot of ambition. Because believe it or not, it's not as easy as the press makes it out to think. Like if you just catch a couple of bass and you get a big jacked up truck and a big boat, stickers all over yourself and people throwing money at you all the time, that is a completely inaccurate fact. You have to work really, really hard to get to this point. Like right there, phone dinging constantly, people wanting stuff. That's how it is, right here from the horse's mouth.
If you've got the ambition to go to school and get a good education and secure a good job, and you love to fish, then you've probably got what it takes, ambition and wise and work ethic wise, to make it as a professional fisherman, if that's what you choose to do.
In the name lottery. Just take your time. Don't move too fast. Experience is everything.
Make sure you're financially stable before you go and make the leap to fishing for a living. When you're fishing, you want to be fishing to win and not just trying to make paycheck to paycheck. It lets you fish a lot more confident, and then you can go for those big weights, and then you might not necessarily go for that if you're going for a check.
If I could, I would go back, learn to fish as many different bodies of water as possible. Fish grass, rock, wood, docks, deep, shallow. Get on as much different type of water as you possibly can.
Is to make sure that you've got some sort of financial backing, whether that's sponsor help, or in my case, my first year on tour, I funded through tournament winnings at the local and regional level. But the important part is, if you don't do well, you're not going to be flat broke and have to owe a lot of debt. You basically can come out and do it, and if it doesn't work out for you, you still can move on, and you're not going to ruin your life for a while.
So my advice is, if you want to do this for a living, you want to be a professional angler, you have to have passion for the sport, you have to have passion to fish, because you're going to have really good days, you're going to have really bad days. So if you don't love fishing, you're never going to make it.
Start simple. Start at your basic club level. Learn everything that you can learn about fishing, and then progress from there. Take your steps from your club to maybe an FLW BFL, then maybe go to your Costa Series, and that allows you to get the experience that you need for all types of tournaments, from small to large, and the scales and the venues and the crowds, and then as well as the fishing that comes along with that. That way it doesn't cost you as much money to try to jump into something and you're paying these major entry fees to get you know, sent home with no money, or you know, and think that you're not that great of a fisherman when that's not the truth. It just, you need to learn and gather that experience, and that is the biggest key for me that I could offer anyone.
Don't have unrealistic expectations, and because that just sets yourself up for failure. Because a lot of guys say, they start out and they think, well, if I don't catch 20 pounds, I'm not doing any good. So set your goals, like to catch a fish at first, and as you fish more tournaments, catch a limit of bass and weigh in a limit. And then as you get better, if you set your goals too high, you set yourself up for failure. So one tip I would say is be realistic in your expectations starting out. And with that, you'll gain more success and more confidence. And the more confidence, the better you'll fish.
You know, the best advice I can give any kid or any newcomer into the sport that really wants to, you know, learn the sport but also wants to be a professional in the future is just get time on the water. There is nothing better than time on the water. Whenever you get out there with your friends that don't know how to fish, get out there with your dad that does or may not, get out there with a pro, get out there with anybody, join a bass club. All I can say is time on the water is all that you need, and to be a really, really good pro, you need to be diverse, and that's what time on the water gives you. It gives you that diversity. It gives you that you'll find every situation, and when you know how to do something in a certain situation, that makes you a better fisherman. So get on the water.
I think the most important thing you can do is figure out a way to make a living without fishing before you start doing it.
Just to be versatile, you know. I've tried to learn as many techniques as I possibly could, and I think that's the one thing that's helped me the most, you know, as I've, you know, made my career, you know, in this sport, is just being able to face different situations on different lakes and feel comfortable doing something that, you know, might be a little bit abnormal, you know, to where you live or something like that, but just have as many techniques in your arsenal as you can, and that'll help you out a long ways in trying to become a professional bass fisherman.
I would say time on the water is the most important thing. You need to learn how to trust your instincts, and the only way you're going to learn how to trust your instincts is from time on the water. Anytime you can get out, I don't care what the weather's doing, Get out there, experiment with everything you can, learn what the wind does, what the cloud does, you know, and all these things will come together years down the road, but you gotta learn how to trust your instincts.
You know, finish school, go to college and get a marketing degree. That way, you know how to sell yourself and sell your sponsors' products, because without having sponsors in this industry, it's super hard to make a living at it. And it definitely would be, you know, start saving your money, because it definitely, you have ups and downs, and in those down times, you know, you need to have saved up money, so it'll get you through until your next couple good tournaments. So also just learn to be versatile. You know, if you're a shallow water fisherman, strictly go out certain days and try to catch them deep, or, you know, vice versa. Just try to be as versatile as possible.
Two pieces of advice I'd give you. First of all, and I can relate because I was the same way, that's all I wanted to do since I was little. The first thing you can do that doesn't cost you any money, and it's probably the best thing you can do, is learn to be an expert caster. Learn to be good at pitching, flipping, spinning, like skipping a spinning rod, skipping and pitching any type of a bait caster outfit. You can do this in your backyard, your living room. Get to be the best caster you know, because if you're a good caster, you can go fishing even if you don't know much about fishing and still catch a lot of fish, and it's going to help you out later, you know, when you get on the pro circuit. Second, find somebody that's a good fisherman. Just befriend, you know, an older person that you know and trust that's a good fisherman. Try to get them to take you out as much as possible. Those two things are the things you can do quicker than anything that will help your success.
If you want to make $1 million, the first thing you do is take $2 million and start being a professional bass fisherman. What?
Time on the water.
Get a good education and maybe even take some acting courses. What that does, it just helps with your sponsors and be able to get up and talk.
Casting the targets is one thing that a lot of kids fall short on. They think, you know, they can learn to fish by just chunking and winding, and so, you know, learning where your bait's gonna go, and these fish live on hard targets and stuff like that most of the time, and one piece of advice I could give you is learn where your bait's gonna go and how to put it where you need it to.
One of the biggest things that I can recommend if you're a young angler getting into fishing is to do a lot of research, be very versatile, do every pattern that you can think of, flip, cast, crankbaits, everything, and that way when you go to a tournament and any scenario that's thrown at you, you'll be able to catch it.
My first advice is going to be fish every day as much as you possibly can as soon as you get done with school, and get good grades. Something I wish that I had when I was younger was college fishing, high school fishing. That stuff's so awesome. You come out of the gates, you know so much, you're already building sponsor relationships, and aside from fishing every day and just getting better on the water, work on your social media game and promoting yourself and those that back you and get behind you. And
start with a youth club through like TBF, get into high school fishing, get into the college ranks, and then just see if that's your true passion, and if it is, do whatever you can to get there.
All you gotta do is stay humble and never think you know everything. If you're not learning every day, you need to quit.
Guys, one piece of advice I could give to a young angler looking to pursue fishing is get involved in a local high school club or team. The opportunities that y'all have, I didn't have them when I was your age. And I mean, now you even got colleges and universities looking at getting scholarships to these kids. So find a high school near you. Hopefully it's yours. If they don't have a club, start a club. You've got the opportunity to do that and compete against other high schools in your state, qualify for a regional, even advance to a national high school championship. I mean, like I said, those are things that I didn't have the opportunity to do when I was your age. But look at getting involved in your high school programs, carry that into, you know, college now. There again, there's scholarships that you can get to fish in college. Who would have ever thunk it? So look at getting involved in your high school programs, get out there, network, get to know the sport, get to meet people, and take advantage of that opportunity.
I think the key is to be genuine to yourself, a genuine person. I think that'll take you a long way in this sport.
Hi, I'm Charlie Evans, and I've got some advice to you if you want to be a professional angler and get to ride around in the tournament boat all the time. Number one is school. Education is critical. I'd recommend maybe a business or marketing major. Those kind of things are awesome. Remember, if you guys get sponsorship, like I have one with Nickelodeon, there's no companies out there looking to sponsor any anglers. None. All those people saying, sending a resume, please sponsor me fishing, those go in the trash can. If you want to make a difference, you got to go with a company that you love, products you love, one you believe in, and one you can sell. No company will turn down somebody that says, I can sell product and make money for you, the company. Those are guaranteed jobs.
Guys, my advice on this is simple. Take the steps to get there. You know, don't skip over steps and jump in as high as you can right now and try to be a pro overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. Nothing does. Take the steps to get there. Fish your club tournaments. You know, maybe you start in the back of the boat and you move forward to the front of the boat where you're making decisions. Next step, fish the BFLs. You know, join some open tournaments. Fish your state fish-offs. Join the federation. You know, fish some open tournaments, team tournaments, stuff like that. Work your way up through the Costa series. Fish the Bass Opens, the Costas. You know, then work your way up to where you can qualify to be a pro and fish as a pro. You know, if you could start out in the back of the boat, FLW Tour, that's great. The guys who've done that have a huge advantage over other guys, other rookies that are starting out as pros that haven't. You know, work your way up, take the steps when you're ready to take the next step. That's the best advice I can give you. Good luck. I really appreciate all the comments, the likes, the subscribes. Hit that subscribe button. Throw a comment on here. I'm going to answer all the comments. A lot of the other pros will chime in and answer the comments too. Really appreciate it, guys. Good luck.